Hey, everybody, I am back again. Last week I was advised that I didn't announce what I was drinking. Today it's a truly strawberry lemonade. Just bought this one. Apparently it's the new version, 100 calories. It is 5% alcohol, but the claim is it's more refreshing. I'll tell you what, I'll be the judge of that in a few minutes. So let's get this poured in my nice glass for darts. Darts starts tomorrow, so I figured I'd take out this pint glass. Let's start with things going on here at home today. So, why is it that I have 3 bathrooms in the house, right? And just when I get out of the shower, I'm in a towel, I'm trying to shave, is the time my wife decides not only does she need to brush her teeth, but she needs to talk to me while she's brushing her teeth. I need about 10 minutes to shave. I mean, is this normal? Is this normal behavior? And then I got one of the squirrels calling McDonald's corporate office to find out if the grimace milkshakes are actually killing people or just giving them diarrhea. Yeah, he saw it on YouTube, heard it on TikTok. He had to make the call. It's refreshing. But just so you know, McDonald's said none of those claims are not valid. Nobody's dying from grimace shakes, getting diarrhea. Can't even get the grimace shake anymore. They're out of business with the grimace shakes. I did see something interesting when I was filling my car up with gas the other day. There was a dude in a Jeep. He had the back open. He had the cap in where you put the gas in, so the gas was pumping itself, and it was fold and wash. I'm telling you, that's great multitasking. He had to have that wash done before he got home, and the wife probably would have saw it and had it fit. I'm just thinking that's got to be the only way. But what great ingenuity right there, the thinking. So Big Joe Biden is back, and he promised to bring decency and honesty back to the White House. None of us knew it was going to be in the form of a cocaine party. Unbelievable, Joe. Coke for everybody. Everybody gets Coke. We're just leaving it here. We're leaving it there. We're leaving it everywhere. Coke around everywhere. But what I find is amazing that they're investigating how the Coke got there. Not really sure, but from what I understand, the White House has more cameras in it. It is more surveilled and harder to get in than any other building in the United States. Yes, they can't look at these cameras to figure out who brought the coke in. I mean, was it the same cameraman that was watching Epstein? Was it the same cameras? Did somebody fall asleep? We still don't know what happened to Epstein. A big mystery. The cameras went out. What's going on in the White House? They know who did it. They know who did it. We're not going to know who did it. They knew who started that coke party. Joe just doesn't want to give up Hunter's dealer. That's all it is. The man's a close friend. He gets the good stuff, uncut. Nobody's cutting Hunter's coke. Unbelievable. It's great because they were briefing Biden on it. They were briefing him. So after the briefing, they said, hey, Joe, there's some coke in the White House. We don't know. Go ahead, Mr. President. Go back to sleep. What the hell does Joe know about cocaine? And I don't think Joe's doing any cocaine. His heart would explode. He's 1,000 years old. He can barely walk. However, it may explain some of the energy he has it sometimes. I'm not making any accusations, Joe. This is not slander. I'm just spitballing some ideas. But then what was really weird is that Joe got up on a press conference and he started talking about how when he was a kid, he heard his mother and father having intercourse, having sexual relations through his wall where him and his brothers slept. I don't even know what to say to that. Really, Joe? Really? I'm telling you what, he went off. The notes there. His handlers were probably sweating. Somebody saying, get him down, get him down. They were probably flashing things all over the place. But no, he said it. He had that big doofus grin as he was talking about it also. It's probably a little spittle coming out of the sides of his mouth. It's absolutely insane. We figured they were having sex, Joe. You got a bunch of brothers and sisters, and I had you. We're really not a mystery. This is really good, very refreshing. But white supremacy is really making a comeback. White supremacy is now the group keeps getting bigger. So in your group of white supremacists, they're not discriminating. Now we have blacks that are white supremacists, Jews that are white supremacists, Asians that are white supremacists, Hispanics that are white supremacists. The white supremacy movement has the greatest recruiters in the history of the nation. They should be recruiting jobs for our military, not white supremacists. This is insane. My God, how come I don't hear any liberals and Democrats talking about how to promote diversity and white supremacy? Where is that being lost? Talk about a diverse group with a lot of different ideas for white supremacy. That must be a great night of drinking with all the cultures. I'd like to be there for the white supremacy potluck. It's more than just hamburgers and hot dogs, I'll tell you that. Maybe somebody brings a great potato salad. I don't know. Maybe some wings. I don't know. Some gefilte. I'm not sure. Rice and beans, but it's everything. Talk about diversity. Gotta love the diversity. But everything's about race. Everything's about race. Here in Long Island, everybody knows the taxes are sky high. Sky high, these taxes. So you can appeal your taxes. So a black community has a lawyer and they're appealing taxes to that town saying, we're being discriminated against because our taxes aren't going down. Not sure where the case is going, but the rebuttal was 89% of our appeals are by white folk. I mean, do the math. If you're only getting 11% by not white folk, odds are those white folk are going to have higher rates of people winning their appeals and taxing going down. Somebody needs to teach math in school because it doesn't make sense anymore. It's not the new math, the old math. Nobody knows math. All it is a ratio. It's not based on racism. Get more people to appeal. Get more people to appeal. We did the appeal, and nowhere in that form does it say Caucasian. Nowhere. They have to go back and check. I don't want to be that person, man. And then we got like this Joy-Ann Reid, race baiter extraordinaire, loves the affirmative action, loves it. She's upset it's gone. So black folk can't do anything on their own. They need it. They need the extra leg. And she went out as much to say, and I'll quote, "Let me be clear. I got into Harvard only because of affirmative action." Joy, I have to tell you something. I listened to you speak, read some of your stuff. I know, and so do we all. You're not quite on the AOC level of stupid because you are a supreme, not a white supremacist, but you are a supreme race baiter. Everything is about race to stir up divisiveness, not diversity. You don't want diversity. You don't want equality. You want divisiveness because you want the clicks and you want people to talk about you like I'm talking about you right now. I'm just saying again, I don't know where it's going from here. I don't know where it's going from here. We had one of the directors from San Francisco of the reparations committee who want to give $9 gazillion for reparations in California, never even a slave state. She said she hates white people and white men are the scourge of humanity. They're all mass murderers and killers and serial killers, and she hates them. Really? Is this a real person? A fair, objective viewpoint to get any type of reparations? I mean, should somebody be looking at this committee? I don't know. The committee wasn't very diverse. The white supremacists are actually more diverse than that committee was. This was really, it's comical. We live in a world of comical. But we are living in some really bizarre times, not just in our country, in the world. Not sure if you got this. Miss Netherlands, the best looking woman in Netherlands, the one most qualified, the smartest, the whole thing. All of these girls, these old women now, grown up doing the circuit, keeping their bodies tight because that's part of it, keeping their minds sharp, doing community service. The best woman in the Netherlands is a dude. Dude, another one. What are we doing? Do we have to have Miss Biological Universe, Worlds, whatever it is? Because this is insane. I'm a little curious. How do they judge the bathing suit contest? Is it if you have the fake boobs, do you get more points? If you got a bulge that swings back at a nice rate, do you get more points? I don't understand. How do we have to digress that women are so devalued that they can't even win a contest that starts off with Miss? We know that they've lost the term mothers because it's birthing people. We know that they lost breastfeeding, it's chest feeding. Women, stand up again! Where are my feminists? I know you're out there. It is transgender. It's a mental illness, and don't tell me it's not. Because if you're trans, you're 8 times more likely to commit suicide and 3.5 times more likely to go through with it. That's mental illness. People in their right mind, they don't try to kill themselves. Get help. Figure it out, man. So once again, I live on an island. There's some shark attacks. So the local paper had 9 tips to avoid shark attacks. Don't wear bright bathing suits. Don't splash around. Don't wear any flashy jewelry. You know what? Tip wasn't there. Stay out of the damn water. Tip number 1. If you don't want to get bit by a shark, don't go in the ocean. There are pools everywhere. How is that not a tip? Again, not the smartest guy in the world. Ask my wife. But that should have been tip number 1. Stay out of the water. God, I'm going long today. Can't believe I'm at 11 minutes already. Got to go quicker than this. Guy down south is supposed to get killed. Death penalty. State said, no, it's too expensive. It's easier and more costly to keep him alive. Life sentence, it costs $1 million more to kill him. We need to find a more affordable, cheaper way to kill people. I can't believe bullets cost so less. I mean, if you're this disgusting human being that you get the death penalty because you killed and whatever else you did to people, you should be dead. Let's get the million, get him out of here. To talk about the scourge of society, the dude happens to be a white guy, so maybe they were onto something. I'm just saying. Oh, talk about stupid. Criminals are not bright. Meth dealer calls the cops because he got robbed. The cops come to investigate. They investigate, find his meth lab, and they arrest him. And he doesn't understand why he was arrested because he called the cops. He said he didn't rob himself. I don't know. Could have been the meth lab. I'm just saying. That may not take the cake, though. 2 men in Arkansas were shooting guns at each other wearing bulletproof vests to see who would go down first. They were both arrested. Anybody ever wonder why women outlive men? Just saying. We're not that bright. Ask my wife. She'll tell you they're always the smartest ones in the room. They'll tell you that also. But you know what, men? We love them and we can't live without them. This truly is really refreshing. I'm going to finish this pretty quickly. So listen, if you're that guy putting your hazards on and taking a handicap spot, you're not handicapped. You're an asshole. Just saying. Just saying. Now listen, everybody. As I sign off today, let's remember what is important in life. And it's nothing that I said. I am the least important person in the world to everybody. The squirrels will even tell you, bottom tier, can never get off of that tier. Find the people you love. Tell them you love them. Tomorrow is not and will never be guaranteed. I'm at the age right now where I am on the back nine. I do know a lot of my family members over there are on the back nine. I can get a call any day. I'd be very sad. I don't want to see any of my people die, but you know what? When I see them, they know I love them. I tell them I love them. I'll tell you, everybody out there, if you're my friend, I love you. You know that. If you're my family, I love you. I know that. Don't forget, man, most important, powerful words in the human language. I love you. And yes, I said the human language because love is a human language. Cheers, everybody. I'll see you next week. Please subscribe, like, send it out to other people. Please share.